Special thanks to Verve for sponsoring this video. Go to vrv.co/Billiam to get a 30-day free trial of Verve Premium. And stay tuned until the end of the video to find out what I'm watching. It's kind of crazy how littered the early 2000s was with MMO games. The popularity of World of Warcraft really revolutionized the idea of games as a service. I mean, why only charge once for a game when you can charge $5 to $15 a month every month? Of course, this pricing model has changed to things like microtransactions, because why only pay $5 to $15 a month when you can charge infinite money just because Witch Mercy is cute? Of course, when there's money on the table, Disney is sure to follow. With MMOs like World of Warcraft, Phantasy Star Online, and EverQuest, Disney kind of realized there weren't many, if any, MMOs geared towards a family audience, but there could be. Enter Toontown Online.
Ever wondered what it would be like to live life as a toon? Well, here's your chance. Jump online and straight into Toontown.
Best known for its commercials, Toontown Online was an MMO Disney launched in 2003 to offer a family-friendly alternative to the market. The game was met with positive reception, earning fairly good reviews and going on to win some awards only Wikipedia has heard of. Toontown was able to draw in audiences of all ages, and it was a pretty moderate success. You could either download the game online and pay the subscription fee, buy subscription cards at retailers, or buy an installable CD-ROM, which came with 2 months of the game. I remember seeing these in stores, but I can't find any to buy online, so I may be misremembering whether or not I actually saw them. They could have been pretty rare. I never got to play Toontown Online. I'd see the commercials on TV and I totally would want to try it, but my parents never wanted to pay the subscription fee because it would be on top of a bunch of other gaming subscription fees. So this will actually be my first time playing it. In Toontown, players create their own toon and join the Toon Resistance, a group who aims to fight against the evil Cogs. The Cogs are evil business robots attempting to transform Toontown from a place filled with fun and laughter to a soulless corporate environment, which is totally ironic considering Disney's recent quest to own everything. But hey, at least we get X-Men in the MCU, right? Right? You start the game by making your own character from a selection of different cartoon species, outfits, and colors. I made a blue duck. You select your name from a predetermined set of names and phrases. This is Coach William McNerd. He joins a legacy of custom characters like Vlad Goof, Owo-chan, and Pang Uwu. Toontown's world is divided into safe areas called playgrounds, which are all themed after classic Disney characters. These are basically the cities and towns of Toontown. Each playground is separated by roughly 2 streets, which are always overrun by Cogs. The Cogs themselves are just so weird and ugly looking. I love them. Now, to fight the Cogs, you need gags, which are basically cartoon-themed weapons like pies and seltzer water. Combat is turn-based and open to other players. So sometimes you'll be fighting and someone will join to help, and other times more Cogs will join the fight, making it that much harder. Your health meter is your laugh meter, which can be drained by the Cogs' attacks. All of their attacks are just little business puns like asset freeze, bounce check, and you're fired. I'm not gonna lie, the combat reminds me of Paper Mario Sticker Star because you have to consistently purchase new gags in order to fight. You buy the gags at Goofy's Gag Shop with jelly beans, the in-game currency. You can earn jelly beans by selling fish caught in ponds, completing certain quests, and playing minigames. The minigames in Toontown are accessed by going down the trolley in each playground. Minigame concepts range from a memory game, a sort of third-person shooter, and this horrible bootleg Minnie Mouse telling you to do some shit. It's terrifying. There are tons of these minigames, and for the most part, they're cute and fun. Fishing, on the other hand, is just a tad bit annoying. It's really easy to waste jelly beans fishing because you have to aim the lure to hit the fish directly. And because it's really easy to accidentally cast the lure again, I often waste tons of jelly beans doing this. But there's this little, cute Elvis starfish, so it makes up for it. There are also some non-jelly bean earning games like go-karting, which feels and plays like karting in Sonic Adventure 2, and mini golf, which is just mini golf, so it's kind of fun. I have to admit, I played this for nearly an hour. With your money, you purchase gags, clothes, pets, and of course, items for your house/estate. I got nothing in my house because McNerd here spends all of his money on clothes to make him look like he's an infant that belongs in a country club. Instead of a traditional leveling system, every aspect of your toon can be upgraded by completing certain tasks and using certain kinds of gags. You get the pie upgrade after specifically leveling up your pie EXP. You can get more storage by specifically completing a quest which gives you more storage. You get a larger jelly bean container by specifically completing a quest which gives you a larger jelly bean container. While this kind of level up does prevent grinding in a traditional sense, there still is a lot of repetitiveness and meandering. For most of my time playing Toontown for this video, I was working on a quest to get the sound attacks, which allow you to attack more than one enemy at a time. I had to complete 16 quests to collect 16 frames of animation to unlock the ability, but those particular quests weren't always available, so it was probably closer to 30 plus missions. Missions in Toontown are like any other mission in any other MMO. The only thing I like better are the fact that new missions are always available no matter who you talk to. So finding new missions are more streamlined, which is good. But that also means exploration is slightly discouraged, which is bad. Every time you need a new mission, you just go to the HQ or to like the Punchline Gym or wherever, but never go to Little Old Man. Little Old Man is a piece of garbage. Occasionally, HQ will ask you to meet with someone else who will also give you missions. So now you have like 3 places to go as opposed to 2. How fun. The missions in Toontown are quite familiar. Track down X number of bad guys in X location. Beat X kind of bad guy until they drop X item. Go fetch X and bring it to X. Honestly, my least favorite missions are the ones that require you to kill a certain kind of cog. Sometimes waiting for a specific cog spawn can take forever. And most missions feel very similar to one another, so a lot of it is just running around the map waiting for the right thing to happen. It also doesn't help that movement is mapped to the arrow keys, so you can't comfortably use both the arrow keys and the mouse at the same time. Eventually, these missions become Cog HQ raids, in which regular Toontown buildings become overrun by cogs. You have to build a cog suit, join up with friends, and commit just a wee bit of corporate terrorism to show how against big business you actually are. MMOs are really things that are supposed to be played at leisure and socially, and I think the fact that I've played a half a dozen MMOs over the past year alone has kind of skewed my opinion towards them. Toontown just seems like every other MMO with a unique coat of paint, but that's okay. I certainly didn't have a bad time playing it, in fact I enjoyed it, but most of these MMOs just feel the same. It's the same kind of missions, just with a different world to explore. Fortunately, Toontown's world is charming and fun. I love the Disney animation aesthetic a lot. I love Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Dewey, Huey, Louie, Launchpad McQuack, Webby, Scrooge McDuck. So this was a treat for me. But most MMOs are just the 2000s version of those city building apps on the App Store. There's so many of them. They're all the same game, but the location and character charm is what makes them unique. I mean, Springfield, New York, Jurassic Park, etc. It's just a surefire way to make some money. That being said, it has its charm, and if you played it as a kid and enjoyed it, I can see why. Keep in mind, these videos are meant to inform and for me to express my opinion. They're not meant to disprove your opinion. If you enjoyed Toontown as a kid, or even now, I'm happy for you. I would never want to take that away from you. And I'm sure you have plenty fond memories of times you played Toontown or little moments in the game, and I would love it if you shared those in the comments down below. I read every single comment. Also, if you want to give this video a like, I would also really appreciate that. While Toontown certainly had its fans, it was never the ultra-giant smash hit Disney wanted it to be. Disney flooded weird commercials on every kid's channel, marketing the game as a place where you could finally act as a cartoon character, and even issuing it as a sort of challenge. Are you Toon enough? I remember seeing these and really wanting to play Toontown, but my mom didn't want to pay yet another subscription for games. I was all about that Club Penguin life, baby. There were other games which filled the market that were free and offered something unique from other MMOs. Disney tried to make Toontown the next big thing with trading cards collected through a magazine and even a Toonfest event, which were held in both California and Orlando, my current home, at good old Walt Disney World.
Hey everyone, right now, Disney 411 has your invitation as Disney's Toontown Online takes Hollywood!
Disney would end up experimenting with other MMOs that were more social, like VMK, and ones that appealed to other crowds, like Pixie Hollow and Pirates of the Caribbean Online, both of which I'll cover one day. But what ended up killing all of these games was Club Penguin, which weirdly enough also briefly killed my channel. That's not a joke. I made a video explaining it all. Club Penguin was becoming the most popular online children's game, so Disney did as Disney does and bought it. A few years after Disney's acquisition, they shut down all of their other MMO games to shift focus to Club Penguin, including Toontown. A few years after that, Disney Interactive shut down, then Club Penguin shut down for a new reboot, Club Penguin Island, which shut down too. Disney's entire interactive division, excluding mobile games, eventually just shuttered. As for the Toontown brand, discussions continued at Disney as to what to do with it, apparently as late as 2017. As a little Easter egg, a cog appeared in the new DuckTales, so maybe elements of Toontown will appear there. There were talks about making a mobile game, but apparently nothing has come out of it or will. Toontown wasn't shut down despite a popular fan base. Disney apparently tried to find a way to make it work, but it just wasn't profitable. However, like many web games, fan servers still exist. Fortunately, Disney hasn't sent the old 1-2 to any of them. Also, fan servers like Toontown Rewritten continue Toontown with server events and even improvements, like tying movement to the WASD keys. Finally, it's a good game. Toontown is a game that tons of people have super fond memories of while playing it as a kid, and people still enjoy it now. And I totally understand why. It's cute, it has its charm, and it's tied to a brand that people love. I'm sure if I got a chance to play it as a kid, I would have loved it if the keys were tied to WASD. Special thanks to Verve for sponsoring this video. Head out to vrv.co/billiam to get a 30-day free trial of Verve Premium. Verve is a streaming platform which offers a great curated selection of channels and shows. From things like Crunchyroll, CuriosityStream, and Nixsplat, Verve is truly awesome. I use Verve regularly. It's available on most of the devices I use for streaming, and thanks to its offline sync feature, I can watch content while I'm traveling or at the gym without having to worry about wasting data. Summer is coming up. I'm planning on traveling a lot, so I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of this. Recently, I've been falling asleep while watching The Wild Thornberrys. It's just a truly nice and sincere show. It makes you feel good. And I didn't know until recently that Tim Curry, of all people, plays Nigel Thornberry. I mean, I didn't know who that was as a kid, so it makes sense that I wouldn't know that until now, but that was just something that caught me off guard. It's so obvious once you realize it. So check it out and go to vrv.co/billiam to get a 30-day free trial of Verve Premium. Thank you again to Verve for sponsoring this video. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If this is your first video of mine, consider watching some of my other stuff. I have some other Disney and MMO related stuff popping up on the screen, I'm sure of it. Other than that, you can follow me on social media down below, and have a good day. I will see you next week.